All right. This is the Authentic Leadership Academy, and welcome to today's live business sessions. We have our live business sessions on Wednesdays, and on Wednesdays, we examine another important aspect of leadership in our quest to become authentic leaders and to lead precisely as such. This is the Authentic Leadership Academy, is the community of leaders who continue to work at becoming authentic and leading, providing authentic leadership. Authenticity in leadership is not something that you do once and for all. It's something that you continue to work towards. Because the dynamic is quite interesting. And if you look at my series, Becoming Authentic, you would understand that there is a difference between walking the talk and walking your talk. And that brings into view the different dimensions that form the basis of your people's assessment of whether or not you are authentic in your leadership. Okay, so today I want to speak to a subject on authority. Okay, understanding authority in your leadership conduct. Many people have spoken about the fact that leaders do not use authority, trying to make it look as though leaders don't need authority in order to get their job done. Okay, and we can ask, is that really correct? Is anything wrong with a leader's use of authority? Don't leaders require authority to be able to get their job done? Yes, it is true. People would argue you need to build influence with the people. You don't have to use authority. Perhaps a leader who uses authority is considered a weak leader. But are they really true? And especially in the context, of learning leadership based on truth that we commit to at the Emet Leadership Academy, nurturing leaders based on truth being found in the Word of God. Is that something that really is properly grounded? Or are there instances where the use of authority becomes compelling or becomes useful, okay, not as an instrument for oppressing the follower, but as one for actually developing the follower? Those are issues I want to talk about today. And you know what our custom is. Let's read, from the book of life. Let's look at some scriptures and try to get direction and guidance from scriptures. Okay, so I want to read from the encounter that Jesus had with a particular man, and it was a very instructive encounter. It made such an impact on this leader himself. It made such an impact on Jesus himself as a leader. He was amazed. He was taken aback. He wondered, wow, are there still people like this? What kind of person is this? Let's read very quickly. We'll be reading from Matthew chapter 8 and verse 5. We'll start in verse 5. It says, now, when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, pleading with him. That is, a soldier came to him, pleading with him, saying, verse 6, Lord, my servant is lying at home, paralyzed, dreadfully tormented. Verse 7, and Jesus said to him, I will come and heal him. I will come and heal him. You know, that's what leaders do. Leaders are problem solvers. Leaders always make themselves available to solve the problems of those who look up to them, those who acknowledge their leadership, those who acknowledge that they have value to add, to others. They always respond to the request of those who ask, okay, and indeed have a need for intervention. That's what leaders do. That's what you should be mindful of. All right, that's what you should be mindful of. And you don't only benefit those who work under you. As you can see in this case, Jesus was regarded as a leader. But here was somebody, who was not one of his disciples, who came to him seeking for help, and he obliged the help. He obliged the help. He said to them in verse 7, and, I will come and heal him. That is, I will come myself. I will personally come. The man said, he's lying at home, paralyzed, dreadfully tormented. All right, we don't know how far his place was. And Jesus said, I will come. I hope that makes an impact on you. I hope that makes an impact on you. These are some of the little things that make a big difference when it comes to leadership and the impact that a leader makes on the people. The centurion answered, let's go to verse 8, and said, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof, but only speak a word, and my servant will be healed. What? I mean, here was a man, he said, my servant is lying at home, paralyzed, dreadfully tormented. Jesus said, I'll come and heal him. He said, sir, wait a bit, wait a moment. He said, look, I know who you are. I'm not worthy to have you come under my roof. You don't have to come personally. Just speak a word and my servant will be healed. Just speak a word and my servant will be healed. Many of us still don't understand the power of the leader's word. And it remains the most important instrument in the hand of any true, authentic leader. Do your words carry power? Can somebody say to you, just speak the word? Now, this man didn't know what Jesus was going to say. He didn't know what the leader was going to say. He said, I understand who you are as a leader. And I understand that the word of the leader is all that I need. Once you speak, if I lay hold on your word, I'm done. I know that my problem will be solved. Many of you who take lightly the words of your leaders, you can see how that you are simply undermining yourself, how you are shortchanging yourself. You don't have regard for the word of the leader. You better change that disposition. The word of the leader, not the example of the leader, is what carries power, is the instrument that the leader uses to solve people's problems. The word. He said, just speak. Don't bother coming. Don't bother coming. Just speak the word and my servant will be healed. Just once I lay hold on your word, my problem will be solved. Now, let me say this. If you are a leader whose words do not carry that kind of weight. You have a lot of work to do. You can't be effective as a leader when your word are not meaningful, when your people lack regard for your word. You need to do something to improve the quality of your words. Where the word of a king is, where the word of a leader is, there is power. You can see Solomon said that in the book of Ecclesiastes, but you can see it here. Now, this was a man who understood exactly the power in the word of the leader, and he was focused. That was his focus. He came with a problem, and he was focused on what he knew would solve that problem completely. If only he could get hold of the word of the leader. He said, just speak the word. Just speak the word. Just speak the word. So for a leader, for the follower, those are the things that matter. The leader must ensure that he or she has the right words. And the follower must ensure that if you don't pay any attention to anything else the leader does, pay attention to the word of the leader. Just speak the word, and my servant will be healed. My problem will be solved. My problem will be solved. Now, let us look at what was this man's justification. Where was this man coming from? Why did he, bring this attitude to bear? And this is where we begin to get into the issue of authority, the authority of the leader. He said in verse 9, he said, for I also am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this one, go, and he goes. And to another, come, and he comes. And to my servant, do this, and he does it. Did you get that? He said, look, the reason I have this depth of understanding is that I am a soldier. I have soldiers under me. When I tell this one go, when I am a man under authority, and I command authority myself. So I say to this one, go, he goes. I say to this one, come, and he comes. I say to my servant, do this, and he does it. The point he was making here is this. The authority of the leader is crucial. Failure to give recognition to the authority of the leader undermines your ability to benefit from the leader. What he was saying here is this, sir, I understand that you are a man in a position of authority. And that authority is given for a purpose, is given in order for you to be effective as a leader. So I come to you with regard and respect for the authority that you carry as a leader. And I want that authority to work for me. And that authority is expressed in the words that you speak. So people tell you that a leader shouldn't use authority. You can begin to see that is absolutely incorrect. It's misleading. He said, I'm a man under authority. I understand the way this thing works. He was saying also, in my role, at my level, I am a leader who commands authority. And I use the authority, by the way. I use the authority given to me, that my position as a leader commands. It's for a purpose, and I use it for the purpose for which it was given. I say to this one, go, and he has to go. I say to that one, come, and he has to come. I say to that one, do this, and he has to do it. That's how the system works. That's how it works. Now, notice before you say, well, maybe in the military, maybe because they are soldiers, that's how it works. No, because he knew that Jesus was not running, a regiment. Jesus was not controlling a battalion. He knew exactly what he was talking about. He came to Jesus as a leader. It doesn't matter whether you are a leader in charge of a battalion or you are a leader, in the normal run of things, or whether you're a leader in the corporate setting. That's why he could apply the principle that he was familiar with in the military also to somebody who was not, operating as a leader, presiding over a battalion. Okay. And the truth is that Jesus didn't say, well, this principle doesn't work here. He didn't say that at all. He didn't say that. In fact, if we read verse 10, let's look at it and let's look at what Jesus' reaction was. He said, so Jesus said in verse 10, when Jesus had it, he marveled. He marveled and said to those who followed, assuredly, I say to you, I have not found such great faith, not even in Israel. Not even in Israel. I have not found such great faith. In verse 11, it says, and I say to you that many will come from east and west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be cast out into outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And in verse 13, then Jesus said to the centurion, go your way, and as you have believed, so let it be done for you. And his servant was healed that same hour. Jesus was marveled. He marveled that, wow, I haven't seen a man that acknowledges a leader's authority in the manner that you have done. I have not seen someone who, has decided to express faith in the leader's use of his authority like this man. He marveled. He marveled. So, is authority relevant? Well, there you have it. Should a leader use his authority? You can answer that question now. Should a leader be jealous in preserving the authority that the role confers on him or her? You can answer that. It's in the affirmative. Of course, yes. He said, I'm a man under authority. I understand the way this thing works. And I agree with the way it works. I line up myself with it. That's what I practice in my role as a leader. And it's important in order for us to get our job done. It's important in order for us as leaders to deliver, to add value to the lives of people. It's important if we must be true solution providers to others. Authority of the leader. The authority of the leader. It is not being misused here. It is used to add value. You don't have regard for it, you won't benefit from the leader. It's clear. What was the faith that he expressed? The faith in the authority of the leader, the faith in the word that the leader speaks. He regarded the leader's word as a word of authority, a word that must be obeyed. When the leader gives instruction, you obey. If you are serious about benefiting from the leader, you obey. The leader is a man placed in a position of authority. It's not for anything. It is relevant for the job that he has been given. It is relevant for the mandate he has been given. And true leaders understand that they don't misuse their authority. The authority here is being used to help. A man who needed intervention, who knew that the leader had what he needed, who went to the leader and acknowledged the leader as leader. That's why the Bible says, whoever receives a prophet in the name of a prophet will receive the reward that the prophet carries. And whoever receives a righteous man in the name of a righteous man will receive the reward that the righteous man carries. So before we begin to narrow down the meaning of that powerful submission, he gave us two examples. And you can generalize, therefore, to mean that if you receive a leader for who he is, then you are set to benefit from the value that the leader has to add. And that means you believe in the authority of the leader. That means you are ready. You attach great weight to the word that the leader speaks, to the instruction that the leader gives. You don't play down on it. You don't rebel against it. You are not sarcastic at the words of the leader. You understand that the word of a king, wherever it is power. It is power. It is power. That man gained from Jesus as the leader, clearly because he had regard and he showed respect for the authority that he carried. Therein lied the expression of faith. It wasn't just faith in Jesus. He said, I am a man under authority. It was faith in the authority that Jesus commanded as a leader. It's important that we get that very clear. And Jesus went ahead to say something. He said, there will be people who will come and benefit from the leader because they believe. But there are those of you who are following leaders and making light of their word and the authority that they command, who are suggesting that they should not use their authority, who are suggesting that they should gain influence and leverage their influence, that you will not benefit from what the leader carries. You want to benefit from your leader, you must express trust, faith, belief in the authority that the leader carries. And that authority is expressed through the words that the leader speaks. It's a big lesson here, and I hope that we will take it away. It says, I've not seen this kind of faith in Israel. No, I haven't. I haven't seen a man that has this level, this depth of understanding about how leadership works, about how to extract the best that a leader has to offer. I have not seen it. I haven't seen it. He marveled. Are there people like this? But it's interesting that it came from somebody who himself was in a leadership role. So the fact that he was in a leadership role gave him that extra understanding, put him in that unique position. And you and I ought to learn from him. We have to learn from him. It is time to stop playing down on the authority of a leader. It is given for a reason. The authority of a leader is given for a reason. A leader can't wait until he builds influence. It takes time to build influence with the people. But in the interim, the job needs to get done. The job needs to get done. And you had better receive your leader as your leader, showing regard and respect for his authority if you are serious about benefiting from the value that he has to add to you. You had better be like the centurion going forward, because that faith pleases the leader. That faith is what the leader needs to release the power that he or she carries. John chapter 1 and verse 12, he said he came to his own, verse 11, but his own did not receive it. But to as many as received it, verse 12, he gave power to become sons of God. He gave power to those who believed on his name. That's what this man was demonstrating. He gave power for him to have what he wanted. He was pleased. Hebrews 11 and verse 6, he said, for without faith, it is impossible to please God. For whoever comes to him must believe that he is, and is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. Is that not what this man did? He pleased Jesus. He pleased his leader. It works till today. When you express faith in your leader, it pleases him. It moves the leader to release every virtue that he has to serve you, to solve your problem, to deliver to you the benefit that you seek from him. It works. That's how it works. Whoever comes to him must believe that he is. That's what this man did. I know you. I have come to meet you as a leader. I know the way leaders operate. I know your word is important. I know all that you need to do is to give the instruction. Why? You have the authority. I'm a man under authority. I know how these things work. So he said, he must believe that he is. This man believed that Jesus is. And then that he is a rewarder of those who diligently, respectfully seek him. That's why he got his reward here. He got his reward here. It works. Try it with your leader. It works. Forget the idea that a leader should not use his authority and all that. It's contrary to what the word says. At Emmet Leadership Academy, we nurture leaders based on the word of truth. This is authentic leadership. That's what we're saying. Authentic leadership. And the leader rose up to confirm his authenticity. The use of the authority of the leader is a dimension in authentic leadership. He spoke the word and the problem was solved. And the problem was solved. That's because the man believed in the word and the man did what he was asked to do. And many of us today don't benefit from our leaders because we're busy analyzing what the instruction the leader has given. We're busy pushing back against the instruction of the leader. We're busy suggesting that the leader doesn't know what he or she is saying. And we know more than the leader. We are failing to accord the leader the faith, the belief, the receive it, all of which is required. And so we wonder why a leader is not adding benefit to our lives. We are the ones who have closed out the opportunity to benefit from the leader because we have failed to fulfill one of the basic requirements, which is to show regard for the leader, to believe in the leader, to respect the authority of the leader, to allow the leader use his authority in our favor or to work on our behalf. That's why we are not enjoying the benefits that we ought to be enjoying. I would suggest that you read that passage once again and keep in mind what that man said. That the reason that I have this attitude towards an acknowledged leader is because I am a man under authority. I understand the authority of the leader, the place of the authority of the leader. I don't play down on it. I respect it. I give the leader, in fact, I encourage the leader to use his authority to benefit me. I don't push back. I don't feel that the leader is trying to oppress me. No. The authority is used for a purpose. Do this, and it does it. Go, and it goes. Come, and it comes. They are not for the purpose of undermining the follower. They are for the purpose of adding value to the follower. And so open up your heart. Begin to receive your leader, including recognizing the authority that comes with their position. And then see how your relationship is transformed and how the flow of benefits to you is significantly enhanced. That's what I want to cover today on the live business session of Authentic Leadership Academy. And I hope that you are taking something away today, something very, very, very important. Okay, I'm glad I'm able to address this issue from this perspective today. As you know by now, we don't run on the basis of, popular cliches, on the basis of, quotes that sound, rhythm-like or poetry-like. We run on the basis of truth, on the basis of truth. And there you have it. We have shared a very profound truth today. And I hope that as a leader, it gives you a different perspective, particularly with regard to your authority, with regard to your word, and with regard to what it takes for people to benefit from the value that you have to offer. And for you who are following, who have leaders all right, that are responsible for you. I hope you have learned very important lessons on how to improve the quality of your relationship, how to benefit more from your leaders, how to make your work with the leader more meaningful. If both sides, if that's all you have taken away, as leader or follower today, then I think that, today's session has been worth your while. Don't forget, invite your friends to join the Authentic Leadership Academy. This is how we do it. These are the things we discuss. Truth, from scriptures on how to do leadership right. The world is in dire need of authentic, true, credible leaders. All right, leaders like Jesus who would rise up and benefit, add value to the lives of people around them, who will make the world, a better place. It takes authority, among other things, and that's what we're focused on today. So go ahead, introduce others, invite others. There's room for many more. Let's come together and develop ourselves into the kind of leaders that we want to see. All right. Instead of expecting leaders to drop, out of the blues, we can be the true and authentic leaders that the world lacks. This platform provides for that. And for those who know, you can also, as you join, become a VIP member. And if you are currently a basic member, you may want to upgrade your membership to VIP. VIPs have access to being a part of the affiliate program, and the affiliate programs gives you 70% commission, for everyone who joins the platform, the community, through you. I believe you will take advantage of that. That means that in order for you to underwrite your subscription cost, monthly subscription cost, you need to get just 1.5 people. Never mind, 2 people, and then you start making money. Anything over and above 2 people, you just start making money. So you can make money, by being a member of this community, while at the same time you are learning and building your capacity to lead. It's been Olatunji Shobodu once again. I'm the convener of the community, the coordinator, and I lead the live business sessions. Once a week it is. Check out also, other segments of this community. We're just building up ourselves. We need more and more people to join us. There's so much value to offer here, and you won't regret being a part of it. So be one of the builders. Invite more people. Make money for yourself as you learn, and become an authentic leader. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.